We are all growing and changing, and sometimes we don't take that moment to stop and see that we are changing, either evolving to a better self or slipping through the cracks. Similarly, our partners too were changing, evolving. But since you never had a moment to stop and evaluate yourself, it's very probable you didn't stop to look at your partner changing either. The change could have been for a better, both in you and them. But sometimes what we tend not to realize is that in order to achieve betterness or in pursuit for perfection, we often falter. We make mistakes and we hurt people. That all is necessary for our growth and for their growth. But then sometimes we lose sight of the people we're growing with, and then we lose them. And then we realize, and then we change. But most of the time, it's already too late. And now, since you've lost them, the only replaceable feeling is to find yourself. So now, before you can go about fixing a problem that's out of your control, you will need to take a step back and analyze the situation. When you cannot control what's happening to you, you have to control how you respond to it. Let's talk about how to get a grip back on yourself and how to use it to become unbreakable. The first thing, the first thing you need to do is accept that people have cut you off. They've cut you off, and now it's time for you to cut the same people that forgot that your mental health matters too, just as much as theirs. And just as much as you've been trying to show up for them, they kept their distance. Okay? The second thing you need to do is stop trying to get back to your old life and your old self and your old comfort place, especially if the people in that space don't think your time and presence is valuable to them and that your feelings are wrong. Your presence and thoughts are not welcome anymore. They've given you enough reason to take a step back. They've given you enough reason to turn around and walk away. It's your responsibility for yourself and on their behalf to make the right choice. Make internal peace with them. Make internal peace with them and their memories. Stop finding fault in you. Stop finding fault in them. Stop looking for reasons to feel sad. Start looking for reasons to feel happy. Stop making others the reason for feeling better and go out there and be that reason to feel better. Don't let the actions from your old life make you feel worthless. Let me tell you something, which is an absolute fact you need to know. You are absolutely 100% priceless. You may not be perfect, but you're unique. And there's a newer you being built as we speak, a better you. So now, cut off everyone and start looking within so you can be present for this transformation or transition or change or whatever you want to call it at this moment. Okay? If you want to have a shot at winning your old relationships back, it wouldn't be without winning yourself over first. I cannot stress on that. You can never influence or control anything forever other than yourself. Your mind, your body, you have 100% control over this. When you have control over yourself, that's when you win. Okay? The third thing is now control all feelings of guilt, feelings of doubt, control from replaying memories, control against anger and sadness. And there are so many healthy ways of handling this. Okay, we will get to that a little bit later on in other sessions. I have covered a few in my previous sessions as well. Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. Think about every poor decision you've made in your life. There was more emotion involved in it than there was mind. Think about it. When your emotions start pulling you down, fight it. You know yourself best. Distract your thoughts, whatever it may be, running, reading, writing, resting, as long as your distraction is morally and physically healthy. Okay? The fourth thing, be brave. Bravery is not the absence of fear. Bravery is feeling fear but moving forward anyways. Take that step of that one thing you've always wanted to do. You never fully pushed yourself. Now's the time. You need to win your own trust back. You need to know you're brave enough to get your own back. Before you can go out there and make others trust you, you need to trust yourself. Okay? The fifth and the most important, fall in love with yourself. When was the last time you loved yourself? I'm not saying when was the last time you spent lavishly on yourself to fill an empty void or tape up some old traumas. Okay? I'm asking you, when was the last time you loved yourself? I've got answers from a few people who've said they've never even ever loved themselves. Wow. You know, how can anyone expect to be loved if they don't love themselves? You can never love yourself too much. Okay? When you truly love yourself, you make all the rightful and all the meaningful decisions for yourself, which affects the people around you as well. Okay? Self-love doesn't mean having a killer body or spending all the time accumulating wealth or being grateful and graceful and spiritual. Self-love doesn't mean exploring any one of these. It means excelling in all of them. Okay? So when you love yourself, you grow all your positive traits collectively. Your health needs physical activities. Your mind needs silence. Your thoughts need clarity. Your heart needs peace. Your desires need to be limited. Your pockets need to be heavy. Think about how you can achieve all this. All this put together is truly unconditional self-love. And you need to do that for yourself. All of them. Regardless if the person you lost needed changing or not. You know that your relationship ended at some point where you could not carry on being the person that you are. Okay. Maybe it was working for you, but clearly it wasn't working for them. And that's why things broke. So that was the indicator. If you want to work and re-bring this person back into your life, don't sit there and hope for things to get better. Changes are required. And on the other hand, if you've accepted and are willing to move on, then again, changes are required, or else you'll be here in the wounded club pretty much forever. Okay? So now it's time to move forward. Be thankful of the lessons you've learned. Okay? Be thankful for this opportunity in which you got to become a better person. For anyone around you, and mainly for yourself, be thankful. Thank the situation for where you are today. Sure, you lost what was very, very precious to you, but you're already moving on. You're taking steps in the right direction for yourself. You've got this far, okay? Focus on the wins. Focus on the wins. Look to the future. Just keep moving forward every day, one step at a time. Even if you have to drag yourself a few days, it's gonna be like that. Not every day is gonna be full of energy. Not every day is gonna be pumped up. Some days you're gonna have to drag yourself out, but that's what needs to be done if you want a shot at them or at a better life. If you wanna really just clear up all the mess and start brand new for yourself. Don't ignore the sadness. Respond to it. Take all the sad energy you have that make you dwell into negative thoughts and painful memories. Talk to that sadness. Promise that sadness that things will become better, and make that sadness feel better by daily investing in yourself. Okay, you need to talk to your sadness. Imagine if you may that you run into your ex on the street and you are just as miserable and exactly where they left you. This will reassure them that they made the right decision by leaving you. Okay? So be grateful for the time they spent with you. Be grateful for their time with you, for what you've learned from them. And now it's time to take all the good stuff and move forward in hope, optimism, and confidence. Okay? And then the actions of everyone around you will show you that you have blossomed. You will be able to feel it once you start developing and changing. So let me leave you with this thought of mine. Okay? Shift the focus on yourself, work on yourself, and leave the door ever slightly cracked open to your old relationships or new ones. Whoever wants to join your journey will enter that door. You need to just focus on strengthening yourself, and everything else will follow. Okay. Be safe, be positive, and keep taking those steps forward.